Hey, it's your girl Leisha.
And it's Ivory.
And we are here today on the YouTube going to do a video, music video analysis for Fka Twigs collaboration with Ink.
Yep.
So, having watched the video quite a few times, I pretty much instantly fell in love with it. This is really interesting. I like the music and everything. And then later on I wanted to kind of delve deeper into the components of the music video to, I guess, hopefully understand it better, understand the lyrics a little bit more, how they came up with the idea for the music video, using the people as the characters in the video, and also the music to mesh along with it.
Like, when I found the video, it was like the first day that I'd even heard of Fka Twigs. I'd never heard of Ink either. And watching this video, it delved me into a world of mild insecurity. And just like seeing how they did the shots, the fact that they were in black and white, and the fact that it wasn't like super high quality, but it wasn't like crappy either. It was kind of grungy, and it wasn't clean cut and crisp like how you expect most videos to be. It was very industrial, and it really drew me to it.
I like to get into things like symbolism and deconstructing things. So, at least from my personal interpretation, I felt that Twigs, or at least the female character in the music video, childlike, very innocent, kind of carefree, naive, not in like a dumb way, but just not as hardened as the male characters seem.
I definitely agree with you on the fact that she was very childlike, with wearing the white dress and things. I kind of like the guys were in more realistic clothing, and she had on like this dreamlike flowy type silk gown and all this other stuff, and it was kind of like she was in her dream world. That kind of solidified the idea of the childlike nature and the fact that she was in this dream almost.
The white dress kind of symbolizing purity, modern weddings, using white dresses instead of what they used to use for dresses in the past for weddings. Twigs and these two men, at least in my interpretation, a polyamorous relationship, a woman who has two lovers instead of a man who has two lovers. Two people who are not necessarily like father figures, but they have a more mature way that they're going about things, which isn't just like carefree, like she's dancing in the desert and whatnot, or playing with a
keyboard?
Like mobile keyboard or something under a table, which is very childlike, very innocent. The guy, one of them is like sitting at a keyboard, like as if he was actually playing as someone has more maybe professional training. They're almost there to like help protect her, and like the crashing and burning. I feel that when someone is kind of naive and really like happy-go-lucky and whatnot, maybe these two men are, even if they're lovers or friends or whatever, they're kind of trying to help guide her because of this like almost like unbridled energy, and it can be complicated for them to guide this person, even if she has like all the skills and whatnot, or all the talent there. It's at least in the video they look stressed out being with her, even though I feel like maybe they have no choice, or maybe almost at the point of tolerating the situation or something. And also like the bedroom scene when he is like coming out, getting off of the bed with the guy, that's why it makes me think of these people being in a relationship with each other. Because if not, why are they sharing a house together? Why, like if it was just only her and one guy, the other guy will have his own room. That was like one of the
or unless they just broke as fuck, which is the real. But even then, he would probably be like in the dining room, or like in some cubby, or something. Like he would have his own private space. She was at the bathroom door that you mentioned earlier, and like and she's like staring at the one guy who I personally believe in the video she shows more affection to and so it makes the other guy in the situation jealous, and so he's not treating her as nicely, like closing the door when she's looking at him and blowing the smoke in her face when she's like turning the pages while they're sitting on the floor. Like, he's just kind of an ass. And
you're looking at this other guy, you're giving this other guy attention, whether she's just like, oh, you know, like, what is he doing? Oh, you know, like, oh, he's fixing his hair. Oh, what is he, like, how is he fixing it? Just because she's giving her gaze to the other person, he's like, no, he's behind her, he pulls the door shut so she can't see him and get hurt. And one part of the video, he is just chilling outside and he looks like he's contemplating, like, the situation near the fence. Like, is this really a good idea? Like, should we even, like, be doing this and things like that? And everyone looks really sad.
Everyone does look really sad, except for her. She's the only one that, like, she starts off looking content, and then it's like,
at least, like, for me, like, I don't see contentness. It's almost just like, oh, I am here, like, existing. When she is in the bathtub, a slight tinge of sadness or some sort of, like, different flux of emotion, but you know, they're not smiling, they're not overly happy. The guys certainly aren't, like, laughing and kicking back or whatever. But it's very moody. It is a very moody video, and you can see the tension between the two men and the guy in the white shirt with the girl. Like, I'm guessing, like, maybe he wants to be her one and only, but she wants both of them. Understand their tension in the situation and why they have this tension because of her. I mean, like, whether that's, like, a truly bad thing or not, but she's, at least in the bathtub scene, I think maybe she's suffering too. And she doesn't want to show up because she's
supposed to be the innocent one.
She
doesn't want to come to grips with her suffering.
With the blowing the smoke in the face, I thought it was interesting. I didn't really take it as very not like aggressive manner, but like a disrespectful one. It was almost sensual in a way, I guess. Like showering them in this smoke, showering them in this, like, a cloud, if you will,
or like an essence of self.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
like
this is coming
spirit
from me.
Yeah.
I'm giving myself to you. And what I personally believe is the rudest way possible. Contrast of clothing, like, the person who's being harsher towards her is wearing, like, light colors, and then the person who's more comforting and things like that, he's wearing the dark colors, like, kind of like playing that like, angel devil role.
Even in the context of, like, darkness is something bad, it's almost like the guy with the dark shirt is almost like darkness of, like, the womb, or like something that will, like, cradle you instead of like harm you. Grow. With the guy in the lighter shirt, he does come off as more emotional to whatever situation that this video is portraying. This may seem like a little weird. I like to really get into things and really, like, overanalyze stuff. But at one point of the video, and also having watched Lucky X's collaboration with Fka Twigs for Ouch Ouch, seeing how they're both in white dresses and whatnot, and though they may not have any correlation, I feel like an artist's body of works may have some type of cohesion, like in between, or to bring everything together. At least that's how I feel. With this video, she's very naive, very innocent. But there's a point in the beginning of the video where she's lying on the bed, and it goes back to her lying on the bed singing, and then her eyes are fluttering, which kind of makes me think of her being, like, possessed or something. Something's, like, getting a hold of her, because, you know, she's not blinking normally and just staring at a camera. Right. I feel like there's something a little bit more sinister going on, at least at that moment in time, in that particular part of the video.
Like witnessing the infiltration of the gentleman in her life, and how they're kind of like overtaking her almost, and like are in my primal love. So it's like there's no fluff to it, obviously. Like it's strictly about the cut and dry of whatever kind of relationship it is. And so they're acting the way that they would normally act, she's acting the way that she would normally act, and in all circumstances somebody's gonna get hurt. And it's like the fluttering of the eyes is kind of like seeing like the breaking before she gets to like the bathroom scene, and she's like literally like melting away,
like shaking, just like, oh, it's really cold, but
she's like rocking.
She's rocking, and at least like when I was growing up, rocking and things like that were more so like signs of like something spiritual.
Yeah.
Or I guess in darker senses, maybe of a possession. I guess in a way it's still spiritual, like the negative side of spirituality, because if you believe in something good, something bad can come in and overtake you or be in your life or whatever. And it's almost like she is trying to maybe rid herself of something negative by being in the water, having a shower from her, you know, seeming sad, like, you know, like, please, like, wash, you know, maybe away sins or something.
Or
because
distress,
sins, like negative energy, especially being with these two people, you know, being part of this trio and having these dynamics that maybe kind of working but also backfiring at the same time. You know, she's holding the book. I'm guessing it may be a religious book.
Yeah.
Which I am only guessing because they don't. It's not really a content text for it. Yeah. There's a guy. It's almost like it's almost like a religious ceremony, a religious air about it. And there's other guy just kind of like relaxing. You know, he's not, you know, sitting up straight.
Right.
He's very
mostly
like,
there.
Casual.
Yeah, he's mostly there, from what I noticed, to like kind of make her comfortable, and he's like petting on her hair and, you know, stroking her clothing and things like that. Like,
and also, like, she doesn't show them openly. Like, one of the guys gets up out of the bed with the other man. Not saying they were doing anything, you know, but
I think they were just waiting for her to get done being sad.
And he goes into the washroom, like, you know, where is she at?
And then it's just
she's not there, and it's only the dress, almost like she
washed away.
They melted away from her sadness and whatnot.
This dream almost, and relating to the lyrics of how, like, in the video she's the fallen dove and the two guys are her lovers, and they're trying to do for her the best that they can to like make it enjoyable and everything, but she's still gonna crash and burn the way that everyone does, and then, you know, eventually she'll too be in probably more realistic clothing. They're taking care of her because she can't take care of herself, and that's why, like, when in the bathroom scene she literally disintegrates, and that's why I said, like, she's no longer connected with her clothing. It's kind of like a symbolism of her leaving the relationship, her leaving the house, and her growing up, her learning from her mistakes and things like that.
Or what if it was just too much for her to handle, and she's just like not there, either mentally or even physically, just gone. Not necessarily like dying or whatever, but just like she can't take the energy between them, the energy of maybe not understanding the whole situation, maybe feeling like a burden, and then just like, you know, like, I'm trying to do something, maybe it's not working, and she just washes away. Just like can't. Like, what do the guys do when the guy is like, hey, you know, like, oh girl washed away,
like are we going scouting for like new pussy or something, or like what's happening here? Cause the truck's out front. So yeah.
Well, I guess
that pretty much wraps it up.
So for FKA and Ink's video analysis
collab video.